Hello, my name's Christian Lee. I'm here with Earworm Digital, and we're here with...
KiNG Mala, hi.
Hello, and how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited.
I know, I like it. This place is, we're in an undisclosed location, no doxing. You know, I've listened to a lot of your stuff. I was actually going to see you in San Diego when you were opening for Transviolet. But I think
Oh
I
my
was
god!
gone.
That was
gone that time.
super long ago.
I know. Was that 2021?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
But I think you came up on one of my Discover Weeklies, and you know, obviously, She Calls Me Daddy came on. And such a great song, by the way.
Thank you.
But I think my favorite song of yours is actually Cult Leader.
Oh, thank you.
I really like the
That's
vibes
one
in
of my
that
favorites
one.
too.
And I'm wondering though, like, how was the process of making that? Like, how did you write that? You know?
Yeah, I remember that day like very, very vividly because I had been in like sort of a funk for a really long time. And I had gotten my like heart broken, been through a breakup. I was just like low on my luck for like a couple of months. And I woke up that day and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna like full 180 this and just try and be like the most confident like asshole that I can today, just to try and like shift the scales a little bit. And so I like wrote a journal entry just talking about how I was the shit and like all these things that I like don't really believe, but I was like really trying to get there.
Gas yourself up.
Yeah, I was gassing myself up. And so I went into my session with my best friend and producer, Rob. And he, and I was like, I feel like just going really hard and writing something sort of intense today. And he understood the assignment. I think I brought like a Noga Era song in and I was like, I want this vibe. And then I have an idea for the concept. And yeah, we just went super hard. And I came in with the first lyric, which is like, I might be the villain in somebody else's story, but that's fine. And so that sort of just snowballed. And we wrote the whole song in one day and it was done. And then I posted it on TikTok the next day and it blew up. And then we finished it in like 2 weeks. It was the fastest, like most intense process, but it was very like, I don't know, felt very like fate-y. Like it just had to happen. But that was a good day. So I remember it really vividly because it was a really like weird day for me. Emotionally, I was like, you know what, fuck it. And then it sort of all snowballed from there. But yeah.
And for that music video and a few of your others, you know, they all have like similar aesthetic. And I'm wondering, because I really like them, they're all visually like just beautiful, you know?
Oh, thank you.
But do you like come up with the treatment like yourself for like the videos, or who comes up with the concept?
Yeah, so I work with this amazing director called named Connor Sorensen, and he and I usually get together before I shoot stuff. Like for that whole project, we would get together like a coffee shop and discuss the song and the concept and what I wanted to go for, and then he would come up with the treatment for it. But it was really like, you know, a co-effort between us because he was so like, he just understood exactly what I was trying to go for. And like, even when I didn't know what I wanted, he'd be like, it's this. And I was like, you're right, it is that. So it was very much like his inspiration and mine sort of coming together. But yeah, he's an amazing, amazing director. Always crushed it on the treatment and coming up with the concepts and stuff. But yeah, so it was both of us, I think.
That's nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. You got a great mind, you know?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm not trying to butter you up too much, but you know, also you do have a song coming out, I believe, in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Dirty Dishes, and tell us more about that.
I'm so excited. It's coming out in 2 weeks. I've had this song for like over a year. I've been really, really obsessed with it. I wrote it before Cult Leader, wrote it before I put out that whole EP. I've had it for a long time. Wrote it with my friend John Buscema. And it sort of was like the first time I wrote something so like sweet and innocent and very like hopeful. And it really sort of was the start of like this new writing style that I got into. And it was just a little like sweeter, a little bit more R&B, a little bit more vulnerable, like a bit closer to like who I am. And like, I feel like my last project and the last few songs have been like sort of a character, like the KiNG Mala character. But with this next song and with the subsequent songs after it, it's a little bit more like a rally. So I'm really excited to put it out. And it's about my messy apartment, which is, I don't know, feels very accurate. Right now it's clean because you guys are here. But
do you clean before it?
Oh yeah, of course. That's kind of the whole song too, is like, I'll do the dishes. Someone's coming over. Because I literally was like, I went into the session that day and I was like, I realized that I only wash my hair if I'm going to see somebody, which is like kind of fucked up. Like I won't like get nice or like do anything for myself. I won't like make myself feel better. Like I'll just be in a little like depression hole until somebody comes over. and that was sort of the inspiration for the whole thing. And I had also given a boy my like door code, and he could just come over whenever at that point. And I was like, this is a bad idea. Like now my apartment has to be clean, and I can't be like an isolator because like anyone could really just drop by. But yeah, that was sort of the inspiration for that. So I'm excited for it to be out, and I've loved the song for a long time, and I've wanted to put it out for a while.
Excited to listen to the whole thing.
Yes, I'm stoked.
But then you talked about your last project last year, Honeycatching Season. Right?
Yes.
But I know originally King Mala started out as a project. It was like more of like a rock band. It was like a 5-piece.
Yes.
But it was more like kind of like rock soul. And then when you pivoted to just yourself, it was more like indie pop, but like a little bit grittier, darker. And so how did you transition from like originally from that to that?
Yeah. So I was playing as a band, and I played bass, and it was very rock. It was a totally different set of songs.
I mean, some of the bass lines, especially like "She Calls Me Daddy," it's so good.
Oh, thank you. I wish I could take credit, but that was Rob. Rob is crazy on the bass. He plays bass for Devin live. So if you've seen her, he was probably playing bass, and he plays bass for me. But he's got a crazy brain for bass lines, dude. He's amazing. But I also just fucking love bass lines. So I feel like every time he comes up with anything on the bass, I'm like, oh my god, that's it. We have to use that. But yeah, it was originally like a rock band. Totally different set of songs. That's how I met Rob. We played a show together.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, hey, do you want to like produce my stuff? And he was like, no, but I'll write new stuff with you. He was like, these songs aren't it, but like we can write new stuff. And I was like, word, let's do it. And so we wrote a whole new project from there. So that was kind of the reason it like transitioned into a whole different thing, because I wanted to make music in that style, like writing with a producer, like writing with someone from scratch, rather than like, like writing as a band or writing by myself and then bringing it to someone. And he was like, I want to start from scratch. I want to like make this project from the ground up. And so we started writing together, and we both love like pop and dark pop. And so that sort of just influenced everything that we wanted to do. And also the pandemic hit, so I couldn't play live anymore. I couldn't see my band. Rob and I like were in each other's like bubble, so we were only seeing each other and like our roommates at the time. So for like 2 years we just wrote every single day, and yeah, that sort of like was the rebirth of it, because it was a totally different thing, but I like it better now.
Safe to say I like it better too.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, yeah, let's talk about some of your influence too, because you've been making music for a few years now.
True.
And you've been doing it since like you were young, but you've been like performing and everything.
Yeah. I feel like seriously only last
seriously.
like 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Okay. But who are some of your influences? Like, who inspires you to make music? Who inspires just your writing?
I'm really inspired by kind of a lot of random stuff. I grew up listening to a lot of soul, which I feel like influences sort of my singing style and writing style on like a deeper level. But I think on a songwriting level, I'm really inspired by like Phoebe Bridgers and like Gracie Abrams, and sort of that like softer like singer songwriter, very poetic style. Even though that's like super not what I do, that's really a big influence on just me in general. But I also like grew up listening to like the Black Keys and Cage the Elephant and Young the Giants, so indie rock is in there as well. And I also just love like dark pop shit. Like I'm obsessed with Noga Eras and Billie Eilish, as everyone is. Like I think that production style is really exciting to me. And then like Phoebe Bridgers' songwriting is really exciting to me. So I think like different parts of the whole thing I get from different places. But yeah, sort of all over the place.
And your songs are great, but
Thanks.
I'm not gonna lie, I think it's a little bit harder to sing like when you're doing karaoke or something. If it was on there,
Yeah,
But
I agree.
like, do you have like any go-to like karaoke songs or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I usually go for "Use Me" by Bill Withers. It just like hits for me, or like "Valerie" by Amy Winehouse. Everyone knows Valerie.
Great song.
Hi, Phoenix. See, I'm telling you, every time the camera's rolling, she's like, "Hey guys, welcome to my crib."
Yeah, for real. This is just her
I think
place.
those are my 2 favorite.
That's cool.
Ben's go-to is "Set Fire to the Rain" by Adele, which I think
that's
is
hard.
Excellent choice.
It is a great choice.
So hard to sing, but Ben has the craziest range I've ever heard in my life. He's like has the deepest voice and then has like the highest range. It's crazy. Anyway.
Crazy. Wow. And also too, I've heard like I've seen in an interview, and I think in just one interview that you mentioned that like your family is a little bit spiritual, right?
Yes, a little bit spiritual. I would say more superstitious than spiritual. But yeah, I feel like all the women in my family are witches, personally, or at least like somewhat gifted.
Yeah,
like my mom's like always telling the future and calling me and being like, "You have a fever, don't you?" And I'm like, "Fuck, I do have a fever."
Crazy.
Like, how'd you know that? And my little sister is like the most low-key psychic, low-key magical person I know. But my dad is deeply, deeply afraid of ghosts. So it's sort of a mix of my dad being like, none of that shit is real. And everyone else being like, well, what if it is? So yeah, it's a mix.
You know, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, exactly. He's more like, no, absolutely. Like if a door closed by itself,
he's like, oh,
my dad is the person that's like, we're moving.
Oh,
we're moving
really?
right now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He's not the guy in the movie that's like, that's not real. Shut up. No, he's like, no, we're not doing it. We're moving. Like,
dang.
So he believes it, but he's terrified, I think.
Okay.
Like a mix. Yeah.
Wow, crazy to know about. And, you know, we've been great time chatting. I feel like me and Phoenix are getting along well, too.
Oh, yeah. She loves you.
Mm-hmm. But I'm wondering, though, because, like, it's our first time we met, but
yes,
I feel like we have a great bond.
I
agree. I'm wondering, do you think we could be friends?
I think we could be friends.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. And, I think you noticed, but a thing I like to do for my friends is give them gifts.
Oh,
so I do
I'm
have
excited.
some gifts for you. Oh, sorry, Phoenix.
She's like, dude.
And
oh
first one,
Thank you.
You are a king. And so I thought I'd give you another gift from a different king, and it's a King Princess shirt.
Oh, I love it. Oh my God.
Yeah,
it's
from
perfect.
the Hold On Baby tour.
Love it. I think M. Byhold opened this tour, and she's one of my besties. I love it.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, show the camera.
Just two kings. Chilling. I love it. I love King Princess. I've heard she's like a deeply exciting person and has a lot of energy, which
very chill.
Sounds fun.
And believe it or not, before this interview, I did call a psychic. And so,
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so, I was like, what does King Mala, like, who do you think some of her favorite artists are? And they told me. But they also told me this, that, you did the song Cult Leader.
Yes.
So they told me, you know what? Give her something from a cult. So I got you the Manson family sing songs about Charles Manson.
Oh my God. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is crazy.
It is a crazy gift.
This is amazing. Oh, holy fuck, dude. This is the coolest shit anyone has ever given me.
It's pretty wild.
This is so crazy. I'm also like a really big fan of true crime and cults and things of that nature. This is very cool. I'm gonna hang this on my wall. I wonder if anyone would be upset. They'd be like, why are you doing? I did get a lot of people being like, why are you glorifying cults? And I was like, it's a fucking song.
I know.
It's just a song. Relax. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is very cool. This is so crazy. Oh my God. I'm so stoked.
And then there's more too. You didn't mention this artist, but Psychic did say you were a big fan of them. And it's Whitney Houston.
I love
And it's the Bodyguard soundtrack. It's so good.
I'm so excited.
This is the one with I'll Always Love You.
Dude, fuck yeah. You know Dolly Parton wrote that song.
I know, yeah.
I have the Dolly Parton record where Dolly Parton is singing it. So now I have the Whitney record.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Thank you. I'm obsessed with this cover. With the multiple pictures of him. Love it. Thank you.
You're
Very
welcome.
stoked. This is so cool. Wow. Crazy range. Crazy range.
But that's not all too. You did mention this person.
Yes.
And so we did get you Amy Winehouse too.
Oh my God, dude. I love this record.
And this is the record with Valerie on it.
It is.
Yeah.
It's I think this was after she died, they released this. It's all the sort of demos and unreleased recordings. Wake Up Alone, amazing song. This is the demo versions on this record. I love this record. Thank you so much, dude. Holy shit. Very, very on point. Very on point. I was just in a session with Rob and we were talking about this exact record. And I was like, dude, he hadn't heard it because it's sort of a deeper cut, after the fact, everyone knows Back to Black and Frank. This is very, very cool. Thank you. Thank you very much.
But last but not least, the Psychic did tell me you had a cat named Phoenix.
I
so
do.
we got you a Phoenix record.
Oh my God!
Ti amo.
Phoenix! Phoenix! Can you believe it? She said, absolutely I can. Amazing, dude. Thank you. Ben also loves Phoenix, so he's gonna be stoked. Thank you so much. Yay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very cool. Oh, I'm gonna put this on the wall, maybe next to her portrait.
Actually, that'd be great. Yeah,
Honestly, because it's like, Phoenix, I love you, and then it's, you know, a little shrine to her.
Right. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you do know your Spanish.
I do. Thank you, dude. That's very cool. I really appreciate it.
All right. And then
very good gifts.
We do have some questions I feel like maybe only a friend knows.
Yes.
So we'll
and we're
see.
friends now.
Yes, now we're friends.
Yeah.
And so first one is, do you think your old song, Words of a Dead Man, you think will ever be remade to a new song?
Oh my God. Dude, I don't even think there's a record of that on the internet. Like, how did you find that? No, probably not, to be real. But maybe I did. Fuck, I feel like that was the first, like, almost decent song that I wrote. And I performed it at, like, a songwriting competition. My dad loves that song. I feel like maybe my dad gave you this information. That's so fucking crazy. No shot, but fuck.
Safe to say, yeah, your new music much better than it was before.
Oh yeah, definitely. Crazy vibe. That was like back in my sad girl piano days. Love that. Mm-hmm. Wild. My dad would be stoked if I did release that song.
And this next one is actually, well, do you consider friends of yours fans of yours as well?
I do, I think so.
Okay.
My friends are very supportive.
And this one is from a friend/fan.
Yes.
Shout out to Jade. And Jade asks, what's your favorite memory of Las Vegas?
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
I think my favorite memory is everyone in our penthouse screaming, "Come on, Eileen," which is one of Ben's favorite songs.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's a great karaoke song too.
Yeah, great karaoke song. But yeah, there was sort of a moment before we like went out for the night where we just played a bunch of songs that all of us know by heart and screamed it in our little penthouse and ran around and did crazy shit. It was great.
And let's see, what else do we got? Well, this person wants to remain anonymous, but they ask, can you please rank your siblings?
Is that one of my siblings?
Yeah, rank all 4.
Oh, shit. Well, if we're doing 4, that's including me, so I'm number 1, I'm going to say. I guess I'll have to rank them on a certain scale because, like, you know, I can't just rank them in general.
We can always cut out this question, too.
They have different attributes, you know?
They might see this. You don't have to play favorites. We can cut this out.
No, I know. No, I want them to see that. Okay. I want to pick, like, a category to rank them based on. So I'm going to rank them based on their knowledge of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Which I think is a very important thing for a
That's
person
big,
to have, you know? So coming in first is my youngest brother, Noah, who is a deep, deep fan of Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay. So he gets that prize, 100%, okay. Noah. And then coming in second is my sister, Penelope, because she listens to Noah talk about Sonic the Hedgehog a lot. And she's very patient and very, like, takes in the information. So I feel like she knows a lot. Coming in last is my oldest of the youngest brother, Popples. We call him Popples. His name is Martin, but we call him Popples. I don't know why. Nobody knows why. Last, because I don't think he knows much about Sonic the Hedgehog. Mm-hmm. And I really hope this makes the interview and that they see it because nobody else will care about this, but they'll be really stoked. Noah's going to love it. Anyway.
And then I think for Penelope, is her nickname Peppy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We call her Peppy.
Okay. The more you know.
True. Because Popples couldn't say Penelope because he was like 2. So he would go Peppy and then just turn into Peppy, Pepper, Pepsi, Pepsi Cola.
Oh, that
all
does
over
make
the
sense.
place. Yeah.
All right. And then my last question for you is, what's a little bit of a fun one, you know? Mm-hmm. I heard you moved into a new place.
I did.
But I don't know if this was before or after, but I heard you have an obsession with tiling kitchens.
I do. I did this.
Wait, you did this?
Yeah.
That's insane. Wow.
Thank you. It's the second kitchen I've done. Thank you. Don't look too close because it's a little janky, but I think it's pretty. It's like a really ugly tile underneath.
Well, maybe we'll get some B-reel of that later.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really proud. I'm really proud of it. And it's renter friendly, so if anyone needs me to come tile their kitchen, you just let me know.
Dang.
I'm on it.
Yeah, a new side gig.
Yeah.
All right. And well, thank you for taking time to do the interview.
Thank you for having me and coming to my house and giving me gifts and petting my cat. Very cool of you. Of course, I love Phoenix. Yeah.
The band and the cat.
I know. Both very talented songwriters.
Before we wrap up the interview, I just want to know, can you give your best, like, Australian accent?
Oh, fuck. I feel like Ben told you. I spent a month in Australia this year. And I feel like I got good at it there, and I'm really bad at accents.
Same.
But I think my favorite thing to say was, it's the best day of my life.
Oh, that's not bad.
Thank you. Life is really easy.
Yeah. That's a good one. Well,
thanks for having me, dude. This was really fun.
But before we end this too, I mean, I guess I'm saying this twice, but you know, this interview is all about you. So is there anything you want to plug, like your social media? Yeah, I know you already plugged your new song, but anything else? You know,
absolutely.
This time's all on you.
Oh, I'm putting out a new song. It's about dishes, and they're dirty, and it's called Dirty Dishes, and it comes out on April 6th. I'm putting out an EP very soon, and a bunch of other songs that I'm really stoked on. And also, let me tile your kitchen, because I'm really good at it. Thanks for having me.
All right, that's a wrap.
Awesome.